I'll record it and post it on YouTube. Hopefully you won't need to watch the recording later though. Okay guys, so today, today is the 23rd. What we're going to do today, we have a warm-up question, like always. Then we are going to get into the nervous system, you know, just like one of the most important systems ever in creation. And then you guys have an exit ticket, okay? So your objective today is to understand and be able to explain the nervous system, okay? So, first off, I don't know if I talked about grades. You guys can still turn in your late work if you haven't done it. If you got a grade on one of your things that you didn't like maybe you forgot to do the third day. Okay, glad it's fixed, Bradley. Maybe you guys forgot to do the third day. So maybe you forgot to do Friday, right? You can still go back and do Friday. Email me that you did it. And then I will adjust your grade accordingly. Okay. So, I will be accepting late work until the 20th of October. So 10/20/20. That's the last day because that's the last day of the quarter. All right. If you got an A+, you don't really got to worry about that right now. And the best way to like get your work done is to just do it while we do it in class. Okay. So anyways, let's move on to the warm-up. So what happens to your body when you're stressed? It's like yesterday we talked about what causes you stress, and can I send you the tasks you haven't done yet? Yeah, of course. I this was paused, so that's my bad. I can send you them right now. Um, week 2, 4, 5. The question is, what happens to your body when you're stressed out? So, like, what happens in your body? What is Caspa, Federlin? Sweats? Yeah, you start sweating. Definitely. I don't know about boring. I don't think you get dandruff when you're stressed out. Like immediately. So like when you first get stressed out, what happens? Sweats was good, Adrian. Angry is another one, yeah. You get tired? Or are you saying that I am tired? Yeah, you feel tired. Your body acts differently depending on the type of stress. I mean, if when you get stressed, you get an itchy head. Yeah, that's one thing. Anger issues. Uh, Axel, actually, your body, for the most part, acts the same under different types of stress. Um, but I can see why you'd think that, Axel. I understand. Okay, so a lot of people saying angry. Okay. Okay, cool. Good, good, good. Thank you for answering, guys. So, what I want you to do right now, pay no attention to my grade book. Um, Open up your assignment. As you can see, you stress out when you play too much Modern Warfare. I don't have that problem. I added the Google Slides here. So if you need to look at the Google Slides for your assignment, you can look at them there. Okay. So if you missed some of the guided notes, you can go and do that. Um, so you open this up and you go to day 2. So what I want you to do, oh, first off, we have new words. Okay. As the can make the body act in a faster way or act slower and hurt. So there is a way that your body reacts when it's slower and stuff like that, and that's when you're calm. When you're stressed, you act in the faster way, Axel. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the difference between the two. So first, nervous system is the network of nerves and cells that carry messages to and from the brain and spinal cord to various parts of the body. And it's made up of brain, spinal cord, and nerves. Okay, so the nervous system is just the thing throughout your entire body that sends messages. So the reason I can move my hand, my hand up and down, wow, that kind of sucked for my voice. I can move my hand up and down because of my nervous system. Okay, my brain is sending out messages all along here. I can feel this dice in my hand right here because of the nervous system, right? The autonomic nervous system, so this one, the ANS, is part of the human nervous system that functions automatically without thinking about it. So your heartbeat, your breathing, that's part of the autonomic nervous system. You don't have to think to do it. So I have to think to move my hand. I don't have to think to beat my heart. That would suck if I had to keep thinking, okay, pulse, 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 right? We wouldn't be able to do anything. It'd take all of our, because if you forget once, your heart stops beating. That would suck. And then physiological is just the way in which a living organism or bodily part functions. Okay. So what I want you to do right now, for the first like 3 or 4 minutes of class, describe 3 changes that occur in the body when you go from being relaxed to being stressed. Okay, so 3 things that happens in your body when you get stressed. Just answer it here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can go out, Jack. Okay. It's been like 4 or 5 minutes. Zoom. All right, so you answered this. It's pretty much the same as our warm up, right? Heartburn, reflux, bloating, or constipation are some of the more uncomfortable. Those are long-term effects. Okay. You can use that for later too, Axel. We have a question that talks about long-term effects later. So like down here is one of those. So save that answer for later too. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now, I'm gonna read this. So I'm gonna be reading to you guys. I want you guys to follow along while I read, okay? And then we're gonna answer questions in between. Okay, so here's the figure. You see this is the nervous system. You got the central nervous system, which is like your brain and stuff, and then peripheral, which is all of the nerves and stuff. So you got the somatic, which is the stuff that you control, like arm movements and stuff like that. And autonomic, which is the automatic stuff. So like heartbeat and breathing and if you're digesting something. Okay. Then you got two more, sympathetic and parasympathetic, that breakdown. So when the stress response is initiated, immediate and powerful changes come about because of the activation of the autonomic nervous system, the ANS. The ANS is responsible for many functions in the body that occur automatically and without conscious control, such as digestion and heartbeat. There are two branches of the ANS that are designed to regulate the stress response on a constant basis, the sympathetic and parasympathetic. Okay? So what are the two branches of autonomic nervous system? What are the two branches of the ANS we just talked about? What do you think? These two? Yeah. So the two branches of the autonomic nervous system are the sympathetic, so you'll put sympathetic in here, and parasympathetic. Okay, so those are your answers for that. So basically there's two parts to this, and we're going to talk about both of them today, the parasympathetic and the sympathetic. First is the sympathetic, we're going to talk about. The sympathetic nervous system is part of the ANS that is responsible for initiating fight or flight response. So you remember last class we talked about fight or flight? That's what this is. The sympathetic nervous system does fight or flight. Each time we have a thought of danger or pain, the sympathetic nervous system initiates the fight or flight response to prepare us to handle the potential danger or pain. We only need to think that we are in danger, and the physiological response is turned on automatically. So as soon as we think we're in danger, as soon as we think, oh man, mom's going to kill me when I get home, or dad's got the belt waiting at home, let's run away. As soon as that happens, your body springs into action and you're like ready to go. You're ready to run away or you're ready to fight someone. Throw some punches, right? As soon as you have the thought. So, the sympathetic branch controls the fight or flight, right? We talked about it here, fight or flight response. I better get rid of the other one so you guys can actually answer that one. Okay. The other branch of the autonomic nervous system, the ANS, is the parasympathetic nervous system. And it's designed to return physiology to a state of homeostasis or balance after the threat, danger, or potential pain is no longer perceived to be imminent. So the parasympathetic, on the other hand, so sympathetic gets you ready to fight. The sympathetic or parasympathetic gets you ready to calm down and just chill out, you know, like this, kind of like that. Okay, and you do that once the danger is gone. As long as you don't see your bear, if you don't see your mom ready to kill you, that's when it starts. The function of the parasympathetic nervous system is to slow things down, to return us to a more calm state, and is responsible for the rest and digest response, which allows the body to regenerate and restore for future activity. So, the parasympathetic branch controls what response? What response are you going to put here? Rest and digest. Yeah. Good job, Axel. Thank you. It's rest and digest, Bradley. That's what Axel said. So that's what we call it. Okay. So we got fight or flight, and we have rest and digest. Okay. So this is what we're going to do next. I'm going to send you into breakout rooms, okay? And in your breakout rooms is what you're going to do. So you'd click period 7, right? Takes you here. In your breakout rooms, you're going to see this thing, and you're going to talk about it, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to move each one of these to where you think it should go. So in rest and digest, right, you're calming down. In fight or flight, you're getting excited. So like you're calming down and eating, maybe you think saliva is stimulated here, and maybe saliva is inhibited here. For your heart, maybe you think the heart beats faster under fight or flight, or, you know, maybe you think it beats faster during rest and digest, okay? But you're going to move each one of these next to the organ you think that's going to happen with, okay? You're predicting what each organ's going to do in each response. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. I'm going to send you into rooms, guys. So talk about it in your rooms and move them as it goes, right? Come on, guys. You got to go to your breakout rooms. Jaime, Maynard, Juan, Jimmy, Federlin. Or Jimmy, sorry. Um, Elio, Melvin, Angel, Evelyn, David, Jose. Come on. All right, almost everyone's in their breakout rooms, finally. Yeah, what's up? Melvin, you asked for help. No. Looks like you guys are doing good, so keep on it. Okay, so let's look at this. I guess I'll wait till everyone's here. Okay. Everyone should be back now. So let's look at what you guys got done, or those of you that did it. Okay. This looks right for these first three. Stomach's right. Lungs are wrong. Liver's wrong. Intestines are right. So this one's pretty much right. Pretty good at predicting what's going to happen. Stimulated. Okay, here's another one. Lungs are wrong. Stomach's wrong. Liver's wrong. Intestines are right. Okay. And this is the one that I did, huh? Yeah. Okay. So let's look at the answers, okay? And I'll explain them to you. So remember, this side's fight or flight. So when you're getting ready to fight something or run, this side is rest and digest. So when you're supposed to be like chilled out, okay? So pupils were given to you. So like in rest and digest, your goal is to like eat stuff, right? So saliva needs to be stimulated. So you have a lot of spit coming out to help break down your food. And you stop salivating when you're about to run or something to conserve water, you know? Your heartbeat is slow during rest and digest and increase during fight or flight. You guys got that right for the most part. Um, Here is the one that you guys got wrong. And I understand why, because we're supposed to be relaxing, so you'd think the lungs would relax as well. But when the lungs relax, it just means you can get more air into your body. So it makes it easier to get more energy. So that's why it relaxes during fight or flight, so that you can get more energy in and more air. Whereas here, you don't need as much air. Your stomach is stimulated during this because you're digesting things, but it's inhibited during fight or flight, so you don't have to poop, you know? Glucose is released so that you can get, you know, energy. Glucose is energy. You break it into energy, while it's inhibited here, saving it up for later. The intestines activity is increased and inhibited during fight or flight because you don't want to poop during that time, right? And then one that we didn't talk about, this is the kidney, and it secretes epinephrine and norepinephrine. So that's the adrenaline. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes. What you're going to do, you're going to write down the effects of the rest and digest response on 4 of these organs. So like on this side, what happens to 4 of these organs? And then on this side, what happens to 4 of the organs? I'm going to leave it on this so that you can see what happens to the organs, okay? Maybe like 3 minutes or so, 4 minutes maybe. How come when you go to sleep, then you wake up the next day, then in your mouth you have saliva? Because it's during rest and digest, right? So your saliva glands, they're stimulated. If you're asking if you don't have saliva, that might be because you're sleeping with your mouth open. But like if you have a lot of saliva when you wake up, that's because you are resting and digesting. So your body's like, oh, okay, cool. Time to like make a bunch of spit. If you've done all that, we're gonna watch a video soon. Um, I just want to give people time to answer. We have more time than the last period did, which is good. Mm-hmm. Want to do it now? Yeah, let's do it now. Okay, so I'm going to play this video for you guys. All right, and it'll help you answer these other two questions. Learn Spanish. Okay.
Cramming for a test? Trying to get more done than you have time to do? Stress is a feeling we all experience when we are challenged or overwhelmed. But more than just an emotion, stress is a hardwired physical response that travels throughout your entire body. In the short term, stress can be advantageous, but when activated too often or too long, your primitive fight or flight stress response not only changes your brain, but also damages many of the other organs and cells throughout your body. Your adrenal gland releases the stress hormones cortisol, epinephrine, also known as adrenaline, and norepinephrine. As these hormones travel through your bloodstream, they easily reach your blood vessels and heart. Adrenaline causes your heart to beat faster and raises your blood pressure, over time causing hypertension. Cortisol can also cause the endothelium, or inner lining of blood vessels, to not function normally. Scientists now know that this is an early step in triggering the process of atherosclerosis, or cholesterol plaque buildup in your arteries. Together, these changes increase your chances of a heart attack or stroke. When your brain senses stress, it activates your autonomic nervous system. Through this network of nerve connections, your big brain communicates stress to your enteric, or intestinal nervous system. Besides causing butterflies in your stomach, this brain-gut connection can disturb the natural rhythmic contractions that move food through your gut, leading to irritable bowel syndrome, and can increase your gut's sensitivity to acid, making you more likely to feel heartburn. Via the gut's nervous system, stress can also change the composition and function of your gut bacteria, which may affect your digestive and overall health. Speaking of digestion, does chronic stress affect your waistline? Well, yes. Cortisol can
I did
increase
hear
your
about the big
appetite.
brain.
It tells your body to replenish your energy stores with energy-dense foods and carbs, causing you to crave comfort foods. High levels of cortisol can also cause you to put on those extra calories as visceral or deep belly fat. This type of fat doesn't just make it harder to button your pants. It is an organ that actively releases hormones and immune system chemicals called cytokines that can increase your risk of developing chronic diseases, such as heart disease and insulin resistance. Meanwhile, stress hormones affect immune cells in a variety of ways. Initially, they help prepare to fight invaders and heal after injury. But chronic stress can dampen the function of some immune cells, make you more susceptible to infections, and slow the rate you heal. Want to live a long life? You may have to curb your chronic stress. That's because it has even been associated with shortened telomeres, the shoelace tip ends of chromosomes that measure a cell's age. Telomeres cap chromosomes to allow DNA to get copied every time a cell divides without damaging the cell's genetic code, and they shorten with each cell division. When telomeres become too short, a cell can no longer divide, and it dies. As if all that weren't enough, chronic stress has even more ways it can sabotage your health, including acne, hair loss, sexual dysfunction, headaches, muscle tension, difficulty concentrating, fatigue, and irritability. So, what does all this mean for you? Your life will always be filled with stressful situations, but what matters to your brain and entire body is how you respond to that stress. If you can view those situations as challenges you can control and master, rather than as threats that are insurmountable, You will perform better in the short run and stay healthy in the long run.
Okay. So, where is it? All right, there we go. So after that video, answer these questions. So what are some impacts of stress? It's like long-term effects. Axel, you actually answered this earlier today, right? And then what are some ways you can avoid the impacts of stress? How do you get around it? Okay. Go ahead and answer that in about 2 minutes. I'm gonna tell you what we're doing on Friday and about the exit ticket. Well, if you finish these two questions, answer the exit ticket. Okay, if you finished the questions, Roberto, do the exit ticket. Okay, so if you're still working on that, that's fine. Just listen to what I got to say. We have 5 minutes left. So I want to talk to you about what is happening on Friday. So like every week, you have something to do on Friday. Um, whether or not you do it, that's on you, but you're losing points if you don't do it. Okay. So this is what you're doing on Friday. First, you're going to list the things that you do to reduce your own stress. If you play an instrument, if you play sports, whatever you do to get rid of stress, you're going to put that answer here. Then you're going to come down here and you're going to, so there's one example for each slot, and you got to list two more of relaxation techniques to help you get rid of stress. So like relaxation techniques, so like meditation, maybe like yoga, something else, I don't know. Team sports, like an exercise. So volleyball, baseball, football, basketball, soccer, any of these things, right? Then recreational sports, so things you do on your own. So this one's like fast walking, running, jogging, swimming, I don't know, whatnot. And this is not like things that you do, it's just things that you could do, right? So you're just listing things. It's not things that you do, just things that you could do to do this. Time with friends or family, so like play non-electric games, so like board games or whatnot. What else? Like maybe a picnic. I don't know. And then just intrinsic happiness activities. So like things that you do that help other people that could help you. So one example is volunteering to help others, right? And then after all of that, you're going to pick one of these things, one of these 12 things that you've listed, and do it. And then you're going to say, oh, well, which one did you do? How did you feel before you went out and did it? How do you feel after? And then do you think this is a technique or activity that you can add to your daily or weekly routine? So is this something that you can do all the time? That you'll commit to doing all the time to help you out? Okay? That's Friday. Technically, it should take you 50 minutes. It probably will take you 20 minutes. Well, it depends. The activity might not take you that long, or it might. I don't know. But that's what it is. That's what you're doing Friday. Okay? And then after that, you turn this all in. Any questions? No? Okay. Make sure you get this answered, and make sure you get this exit ticket done. Thank you, Bradley. Okay, guys. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you all learned something about the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems. Um, anyways, thank you for coming on. Thanks for listening to me. And I hope you all have a good day. All right, Axel, good job. Thank you. See you later, Axel. Have a good one. Yeah, you guys can go now. Have a good day, guys.
Bye.
See you later, Elio. See you, Eric. The exit ticket is it's this thing here. No, sorry. It's this here. See you later, Jaime. So you click this and you do it. I don't play Modern Warfare, Federlin. And right now I gotta go do more work. All right, see you later, Federlin. Have a good day. See you, Bradley. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. All right, guys. I gotta go. Have a good weekend and have a good day, guys.